Florida nonprofit that provides free legal counsel to unaccompanied immigrant children is losing key federal funding.
Our Capitol Bureau reporter Donovan McNeil learned what that will mean for the group and the children they support.
On Friday, the Department of Health and Human Services terminated a 3-year contract with the Acacia Center for Justice. This $65 million contract provided free legal counsel to unaccompanied immigrant children through a network of providers around the country. One of those providers is the Americans for Immigrant Justice, a Miami-based legal organization who say they faced a multitude of problems in their time as a subcontractor.
We also haven't been paid for the last few months of work, about 5-6 months of work. So we've been using our reserves to continue these services. And so this month we've made the decision that we have to furlough half the team after July 31st.
They say that these issues began in December of 2025 when funding came to a halt under the contract. Alfonso explained that the lack of funding has greatly hindered the legal services they can provide for their clients, some as young as infants.
These are children that have fled their country. Many have been abused, abandoned, neglected. Right now, the contract allows for representation. Following this contract, if there are no funds, it affects legal service providers significantly, which then affects the children.
The department's Office of Refugee Resettlement says they are complying with their legal and regulatory obligations and work to provide appropriate care for children in their custody. The contract with Acacia is expiring Friday, but say that they offered Acacia a second bridge contract that they declined. With close to a 300-person caseload, the Americans for Immigrant Justice aren't sure about the future of their funding under contract, but they stay hopeful.
We do have a great relationship with the facility we serve that house unaccompanied children, but we're evaluating and see how we could provide services with limited capacity.